Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today I have with me Daetrich Harrington. He's a running back out of Appalachian State. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
Doing well. I really appreciated watching Appalachian State over the years, man. And you've been a part of that program now for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
Maybe more of a change of pace guy. I mean, I don't know how you would define yourself, but before we get talking about anything else, set the stage. Tell us where you're from and how you got to your university.
I was born in Miami, Florida, and I actually moved to Georgia, Douglasville, Georgia. Fifth grade. I've been playing football since I was like 5 years old. And, I went to Alexander High School in Douglasville, Little School in Douglasville. Um, I had about 28 offers in high school. I chose App State because they recruited me the hardest. And it felt like home when I came up here.
Nice. So, let's take a step back and talk about that time there at Alexander High School in Georgia. So, got a couple things in my notes which I think are pretty neat. One of which is that you're actually a pretty outstanding track and field athlete back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So, some of the numbers that I was able to dig up, man, about a 10,600 meter,
Oh, yeah.
uh, 14,310 hurdle,
Yes, sir.
and 45 triple jump, man. That 45
Very-
triple jump is no joke, man. That's a really good number. So,
Appreciate
um, so yeah, you take your time there at Alexander High School, football, and obviously track. How do you feel like your experience as a track and field athlete has helped you as a football player?
you. Yeah. When I running track with Coach Robinson at Alexander, he's an outstanding coach there. I'm pretty sure he won a lot of county championships and state championships. So, he got my like start and my ability to cut and get up field. I just feel like that transition in football. So, my start was faster. I can remember vividly for my junior year running a 11-1, 10-9-ish and going to a 10-6. So, I just can see my speed progress as I, running track and just getting faster as we run throughout the whole season.
Interesting. So, obviously a little different being a football player because I mean you gotta, have the ability to deal with contact and
Hmm.
not just run straight. So, but yeah, I mean a fantastic track and field athlete in your own right there, who eventually found his way there at App State. Um,
Yes, sir.
were you ever gonna maybe continue with track and field once you got there, or was that like not in the cards at all?
I started running track around seventh grade, so I feel like if I ran it my whole life, I would have continued to run track. But it was just something I was doing to stay in shape and actually excelled at doing it, and I got better, and I actually started enjoying it. But playing running back, I was like 180 in high school, so in college I needed to put on weight, so it never was in my thought to continue to running, even though I would have enjoyed it if I did.
No, no, it's all good. So, so you end up getting there at App State, obviously choosing to pursue football instead of track and field. Um, let's talk about football for just a second. I mean, you chose that sport. What is it you love most about this game?
I actually been running the rock for a long time. I actually feel like I done perfected running the football, so I enjoy just running the rock, being patient and just the physical aspect of just running over somebody and, low on my shoulder. So, I enjoy just picking up yards and running tough and, doing anything I can for my team.
Cool. You had mentioned there actually coming out of high school about 180 pounds.
Mm.
Where are you at these days, man? What's your current height and weight?
I'm 6 foot, about 197. I had a many setbacks, just to be honest, with ACLs and stuff. But I definitely can get up to 205. So I'll be about 6 foot 205 when it's ready to go. Scrap the pads on again.
Gotcha. And of course, we'll get you all measured up and stuff at your pro day here very soon. Let's talk a little bit more about App State. Obviously, like you had mentioned, they recruited you very hard. They really wanted you, in their program. But for you personally, what do you feel? I don't know. What do you think? What's so special about App State for you? Is basically what I was going to get at. So
Just
talk
the
about that.
just the people around here. You know, the fans are top notch. You know, they show love even when you at the bottom, whether you at the top. Like I can remember freshman year, I played my true freshman year. You know, I had fans reaching out to me. You know, fans that recognize you on campus. You know, it feel like a loving environment, like a family here. So you know, I really drew close to here when even when I came here and I was far away from home. You know, it felt like I was home eventually. You know, I got used to it. So yeah, that's number one thing I love about App State is it's family oriented and it just feel like home. Football time for sure.
I mean, they certainly love their football there at App State. So, and so let's look about you. Let's look at you as a running back. A different kind of running back, somewhat. I mean, obviously a guy who can use that speed, but how would you define yourself as a running back, and maybe like your best attributes?
My best attribute I say is my my vision and my patience. You know, I bring a different tempo to the offense. You know, outside zone, inside zone. I bring a different tempo. If I got to hit the hole fast, I got to hit it. If I got to run heads up with the linebacker, I'm dropping my shoulder. You know, so little stuff like that. I catch people off guard. I can get skinny through a hole, like whatever I got to do, I'm gonna do it. I know how to finesse the game. DN coming off the edge, I twist my body, you know, to displace my body from a linebacker, you know, stuff like that.
So, what's that one play when it's called in the huddle that you're just kind of licking your chops and you think that that's like the best play for you? I mean,
Um,
what's that one that comes to mind for you?
outside zone play, you know, it's a read the outside the DN, and you know it's a one cut. It depends on what hole you hit. So you know you press the outside, act like you're going outside, and you cut up field as soon as you see a hole open. So you know that's our bread and butter. So you know we've been running that my whole time here. So that's probably one of my favorite plays.
Awesome. Well, Daetrich, another thing that I just kind of want to allow you the chance to share about is really that 2018 season. I mean, one of the things that really defines a player is how he responds to adversity. So, go ahead and talk to me about that season for you.
Oh yeah, actually, you know, I played my true freshman in 2017. So then spring came around 2018, and I remember it was two running backs in spring practice, and I was the youngest one. It was a senior and me, and you know, I tore my ACL that spring in February, and I ended up coming back that same year playing the last three games. So you know, now that was my first adversity that I ever been through as a 19-year-old football player, far away from home. So you know, that turned me into a man. I learned how to be like mentally strong on my own. You know, work hard to get back. I had Coach Mike, who's now at Georgia State, pushing me hard every day. At the time, I didn't know why he was pushing me hard, but I really appreciate that. You know, him pushing me hard to get back to where I once was. So that was
And
a
of
special season.
and of course, like we know, I mean, when those sorts of things happen to you, they do change you. I guess mentally and physically, obviously, as a player in person. But I know a lot's changed, man, since you first came in. I mean, you look at like the difference between you coming in as a freshman versus now. What do you feel is like the biggest change over the course of your time there?
Just as me as a player, I just feel like, you know, I done got more smarter. You know, the game has slowed down for me because I played a lot of ball here. So, you know, I don't take no down, no play for granted. You know, I run my butt off every play, no matter what, because I know it could be gone in a second. So, you know, just seeing just seeing me from a 19-year-old to where I'm at now, you know, I just run hard. I don't take nothing for granted.
Great. Dietrich, you play with a lot of guys around you, a lot of great talent. Want to give you the opportunity to give some shout outs to some guys, man. I mean, when you think about the guys that you've played with over the years, who's impressed you the most?
Well, I came up when I was a freshman, little freshman. I seen Jalen Moore, you know, chase his dreams. You know, he was like a mentor to me when I was younger. So you know, seeing him reach the NFL, even though he had a dislocated ankle at the time, you know, that put a smile on my face, knowing what I've been through. You know, he was a big impact on me. when I came in. So, he taught me a lot of stuff when I was younger. And just seeing him do a lot of stuff pushed me to work harder to get where he was at the time.
And what about the rest of them guys in that backfield? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I done seen a lot of backs, Darrington Evans, Cameron Peoples. I done seen a lot of Marcus Williams, a lot of great backs that come through here. I honestly feel like App State is RBU. We just, overlooked just because what school we go to. So, we all done competing and push each other to the best. That's why I think we a very good group and always going to be a lot of good running backs. Nate Noel's on the come up this year. Amani Marshall from Wake Forest is here. So, them guys, Kanye Roberts, young freshman, like they on the come up. Y'all hear about them soon. So, I'm seeing them guys just work hard and we push each other every day. It's a blessing.
yeah, I mean, a lot of great guys, pretty athletic front there on the offensive line as well. Also had a lot of great quarterbacks along the way too, being able to utilize you as a receiver. Talk to me about you as a receiver real quick. I mean, how do you, I don't know, how do you feel you are as a receiver overall?
App State, we sort of, I had a lot of OCs over the years, so we kind of utilize our running backs as receivers at times in the slot or outside receiver, just depending on our OC. I definitely could catch out the backfield any route. I could run any route, even though we barely put it on film. It's just the offense that we ran. So, but I definitely could line up anywhere on offense. The ball in my hands, I'm dangerous. So,
Well, I mean, it's just part of me is sitting here thinking, I mean, I know you've been a running back like your whole life, man.
yeah.
But if someone were to say, you know what, Daetrich, I need you as a wide receiver, would you be comfortable making that adjustment?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely do whatever it takes, to get where I want to go. So, definitely not backing down from that. So, whatever any coach want me to do, I'm willing to do it.
Awesome. Well, I mean, there's just a part of me that feels like, bro, if I just sent you out on a wheel route and said, you know what, just go to town and get downfield, like I can trust that you can do that. Burn the opposition and get open. And I'm sure one of your quarterbacks there is going to be able to hit you on a dime. So,
Oh, yeah.
But you've had a lot of great moments there. Just kind of watching App State over the years. Some great memories. Some great upsets. Talk about your own personal favorite.
My favorite upset will probably have to be Texas A&M, just because they was ranked number 6 in the country. And, I played my biggest role in that game, and that upset. So, that was probably my biggest one, my favorite one, just beating them at College Station.
That was this past season, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I always love it when the underdogs, have their moments like that. Great. So I know you have a pro day coming up here soon, literally tomorrow. What are your expectations for that pro day?
I just go out. I plan to go out there, show the NFL scouts. Like, even though I wasn't blessed with the carries that I wanted last year, I showed them I plan to show them like I still got it, even though after everything I've been through, still here, going hard, trying to make it.
And bro, dude, I expect you to run 4.45. I mean, I think that's definitely an achievable number for you. And when guys run that fast, man, I mean, they're gonna get noticed. And so I do feel like you're gonna be one of these guys who may end up in a camp somewhere. But how do you feel about your overall situation, at this stage in your career?
It ain't been easy, but I'm strong mentally. So, I done seen a lot of people that didn't start at App State make it to the NFL. For example, Jalen Virgil was one of our receivers off the bench for years, and he happened to be the one that make it to the NFL. So, I talk to guys like that, lean on guys like that. They always give me a positive word to stay positive. Anything can happen, and just control what I can control. So, that's what I plan on doing.
Awesome. Yeah, Jalen Virgil had his moment this past season. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how that comes together for you. Daetrich, I want to take a moment to not talk football, Is there anything else about you that you feel anybody might find interesting? I mean, some hobbies, personal interests, passions, or whatever. I mean, you want to talk about some of your hobbies or something?
My hobbies, I probably like to work out, play the video game. I actually got 2 degrees, finance and banking, and I got a degree in risk management insurance. So, I love math and numbers. So, that's probably one of my interests right there.
Interesting. So, what do you feel you're going to be going to be able to do with that? Like once your football days are done. I mean, you got 2 degrees, man. I mean, what are
Yeah.
you going to be doing?
I could do anything in the insurance field with that degree. I just probably need a little bit of experience. Since I love math, I probably could get a job somewhere in the bank, in finance, controlling somebody's finance, managing somebody's finance in a business somewhere. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that, to working in the finance or insurance, whatever route I choose.
Interesting. Accountant?
Yeah, I got interest in accounting too. I had took accounting 1 and 2. So, finance is a little different than accounting, but it's kind of similarities as well. So, I look both ways.
Well, hey, I mean, I don't know all about that stuff, but I mean, if that's what you got your degree in, I mean, so be it.
Third,
Um, Anything else about you that you want to share? Talk about your hometown, man. I mean, again, Douglasville. If I
yeah.
were to come visit you in Douglasville, what's there to do?
I grew up just really playing football, and like in middle school I played every sport, football, basketball, and track. And once I got to high school, I took football serious. So that was kind of a year-round thing. And Douglasville, we just got a mall. It ain't really much to do but to, play football and just hang out with your friends. So, that's all I did growing up. Play backyard football, just football. I love football. Like I've been playing this my whole life. I love it. Anybody go to my city, you ask about me, they gonna tell you I was the man growing up. So, just love football just my whole time.
Gotcha. Is there a spot there in Douglasville that I'd have to go to, like maybe a restaurant or something?
You see, I live close to Atlanta, Georgia, so that's like 20, 30 minutes out the way. So
Yeah,
I
so that's
wouldn't
not
say
that bad.
yeah, it's not that bad. Douglasville, it's like pretty regular restaurants. They're like O'Charlie's, just regular stuff. So, I wouldn't say it's a special restaurant you need to go to. You'll probably have to go to Atlanta to, get one of them top-notch restaurants out there.
Gotcha, gotcha. Daetrich, appreciate at least a little bit of info in that regard. I mean, obviously, when I think about Douglasville now, I have to think it's just kind of right outside of Atlanta,
Yeah, yeah,
which obviously Atlanta is happening town. So,
yeah.
um, let's go ahead and wrap things up. I mean, I know you want to go out there tomorrow, prove that speed, prove that ability to go out there and run. But I want you to talk to all those scouts right now and tell them why they need to take a chance on you and bring you into their franchise. So go ahead and close up with your pitch.
I feel like I should take a chance with me in y'all program because I'm a person that been through a lot, and I got the intangibles for a running back, the vision, the patience, the strength, determination to run hard and run behind my blockers. And, I just can't wait to put that on show. I'm a guy that's willing to work my butt off to get whatever, in front of me, whether it's special teams, running back, whatever, I'm a guy that can run inside, so I can run inside the tackles, I can run outside the tackles, I can pass, pick up when I got to. So, I'm very physical. So, I just plan to show everybody, I could still do it with them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely has a lot of great attributes that any team can use. I mean, and I can't say it enough, man. If you go out there and you run a blazing 40 time, I mean, everyone's going to look at you, man, and they're going to go back and they're going to watch that tape and they're going to say, this guy can do a lot. This guy can, be a receiver out of the backfield,
Mm-hmm.
and run those routes and do a whole lot of things for our program. So, Daetrich, just want to wish you all the best. Okay.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure. No problem. Daetrich Harrington, running back, App State.
Yes, sir.
Check this guy out.
Yes, sir.